Guys, welcome back to the channel. We just started picking beans today. I got Paul in the combine. I'm gonna hop in with him. We're gonna pick a few beans. And here we go. All right, I've got it in the combine, and here's Paul operating it.
Hello.
And I'm gonna turn back over here and show you the field of beans. Now this is looking through the glass. It may not be quite so clear, but there's the one pass he made through the heart of the field. But we've got, turn that wiper on, Paul, clean that windshield up just a little bit. It didn't do much, but it did a little bit. We've got 2 grain carts here in the field, and Paul's already picked about a hopper and a half to put on the small one back here. And now we're going to come down here and spin around and unload the combine. All right, Paul's got the auger out here, coming up to the grain cart. And just turn it on. And here we go. Slick as a whistle. Boy, she's putting it out there now. All right, we got it empty. Going back down these rows right here. And tell me a little process, what's going on here, Paul? What's automatic, what's not automatic? What do you have to do while you're running?
Well, the head goes up and down. It's automatic, works on a pressure system. I think it's got at least two or three pressure sensors across the head. The head flexes up and down in different parts. So that's running automatically.
How about your steering left and right?
It's driving in a straight line.
Driving a straight line, so it's an auto steer. You don't have to steer it.
Yeah, the only thing I really do is work up the reel up and down and forward or out based on crop height and conditions.
Well, I wish you had told me that, because I'm gonna have to cut your pay in half a little. You're gonna have to take a little bit less pay on that one if you ain't doing nothing up there just riding. Look at that. I want y'all to look right there. Look at them bare feet down there. Got his socks up here in the combine. I told you that on one of my earlier videos where they had some foot pegs up there like they got there in that new tractor I was showing, and told you how the millennials do it. Now, in the old school, we got to sit there and change the gears and work the lever and right and left, trying to look and see if you're where you need to be. I mean, these new combines certainly make it nice. I think this is a, what kind of combine is this, Paul?
S790.
S790 John Deere.
Well, I've put 823 hours on it. I got to kind of treat it like my home in here, so I take my shoes off before I get in here.
Yeah, well, there you go. And this header is, what is the header's number and what size is it so forth?
It's a RD 40F, 40-foot flex draper.
Now, the older style headers on the picking soybeans, they had a big old auger. You know, I'm talking about something, yeah, something like you see on the corn head that drags it in, but that don't work as nice as a draper head. Now, draper head's got these rubber belts that's just running pretty good speed, and just as soon as it clips it, and that reel brings it in, then it falls on that belt, and that belt's got little ribs on it, and just brings it right to the center. There's another belt in the center that's bringing it right back into the throat of the combine that you don't necessarily see right now. It's hard to see anyway. And but that's how it works, and right now it's working beautiful. I will tell you something about soybeans. Unlike corn, soybeans is a lot dustier. I mean, when it's running in smooth like that, the combine seems to run a little quieter because you don't have those big old ears to grinding and inside. It's a little smoother thrashing, but it is way dustier. So it's important to, but if you had to breathe that dust, when I started farming, you were on a combine without the glass, without the cab, and you just sat up here and that dust came right back into you, and you had to wrap up like you're a World War II fighter pilot. You had a scarf around your neck, not just a farm hat like I got, but you used to have these, like in the military, had these hats that went on top of your head and had pulled over your ears and strapped underneath, you know. I mean, you had to bundle up everything but your face where you could see, and wear goggles. I mean, and that was tough. But that was back in the, that was back probably, I'm gonna say in the late 60s. Now, the guy that picked our corn and our beans, he was dressed up like that, but I haven't had to do that in my lifetime, but I do remember it being done, and I thank God that times are not the same. Also, when I started farming, I had a Massey Ferguson 510, and we had a 13-foot platform head, just like this, you know, but only 13 feet wide. Like I say, this is 40 foot wide, but it was not a flexible head, so it was rigid. So constantly you were cutting some beans high, digging in the dirt when it's too low. I mean, it was just as aggravating as it could be. But this thing is on automatic. It twists left and right, automatic, up and down automatic. And then if it's low over here and high over here, then this side flexes up and this side flexes down. And it just makes harvesting soybeans so nice, especially in an uneven field. Now out in the Midwest, you'll see beautiful flat fields, but here where we're farming, it's not that way. Look at that contour out through that field there. I mean, if you're not careful, if you don't slow your machine down, the header doesn't have time to react and do what you need for it to do. But anyway, just, you know, it's like any job. There's problems with it, but really you can't find a nicer piece of equipment to operate with than something like we got right here. He's got a little better right through here. All right, he's slowing down right here in that draw. We've turned around and come back. And, but it's handling it beautiful. And surprisingly, you know, it's quiet in here. Now we've got another combine. What's the number of that other combine?
S680.
S680. Now, it's got the exact same header, but it's an older machine. It's probably, what, 15 years old?
I reckon, somewhere around there.
But anyway, now it's not this quiet. Now, I don't know why, or the seals on the doors not as good.
They improved the cattle up.
Or there's some vibration in it. I don't know if there is, but really I don't know if anything wrong with the combine. It's just not as quiet. But this combine here has picked 2 seasons Is that right, Paul? Or 3?
This is the third season.
This is the 3rd season. All right.
Yeah, 3 seasons, I think.
But another thing you notice we're doing, we're not picking with the rows. And there's a reason for that. Hold on, we got a little jam up. Okay, Paul says this area we're in right now, the landlord, he just cleared a streak of woods through here a couple of years ago, and we think we picked up a root in it, and it's kind of jammed it up. So we're going to head back out to the truck where we got some tools and see what it's going to take to get it freed up. But what I was going to tell you about picking these rows crossways, if you pick them with the row, they try to pile up on you. They don't come in good. But as you're picking across the row, it's just constantly moving across the whole width of the header everywhere, and it just picks so much easier. So you new farmers out there who's recently started farming and hadn't picked up on that yet, give it a try. I think you'll like it. All right, we're going to open the door on the rock trap, and that gives you access to the front of the feed accelerator. And pull that lever there. Look at that dust. Woo! That ain't good.
Root in there.
See a root? Yep. We heard it kind of hitting on it a little bit. There it is right there. Look at there where it was gnawing on it. Right, fresh gnaw right there. That's what the problem was. It's making a noise. Woo! That's all you gotta do is get that out, ain't it?
Get that other one in there, I'm gonna turn them on.
All right. Yep. Look at the contour of that root right there. I gnawed it out. Paul's gonna get back on the combine. I'm gonna throw it in the truck. So, well, matter of fact, I may just toss it over there in that ditch, get rid of it. And he's gonna turn it on now and see if it clears up. Oh yeah, running smooth as a whistle. All right. Now we got to come clean off that door a little bit and get it shut back. What's the buzzer about?
Every time you get out of the seat, you put it on.
Oh yeah. It was still spinning. It was off, but it was still spinning. And he was out of the seat. That was just an alarm. Oh, look at that dust. I got to back up a little bit. All right, guys. Got that old aggravating root out and got back in the combine and got back going here. And these rows here had to curve off like that. That's part of the inrows there. Go back around this house here. And then the straight rows are just like you see, we got them going out of 45. But just cutting them off and sliding in, cutting them off and sliding in.
The day gets longer, it gets dustier. It's like a cloud back there right now.
Yeah. Well, the wind lays down a little bit and it just hovers around you like a fog coming in, the dust we're talking about. See the long shadow over there and the sun shining on that little house over there? It won't be long. What time is it? It's getting close to 5 o'clock.
4:45.
4:45, so it's gonna be getting dark this time of year about 5:30. So it won't be long. All right, Paul and I are back on the combine, and this is actually a different day, a different field, but same old game, picking soybeans. And used to be a bad washout right here in this field. It actually was a ditch at one time, wasn't it, Paul?
I think so.
Anyway, we filled it up with looks like 15-inch pipe, and every so often got a berm behind this pipe right here that catches the water, and got some holes in that pipe. Just kind of catches the water and puts it in the ground, so it don't have to run from all the way up the hill to all the way back. But as you see, there's still some water running there, but it's not as bad as it has been, because this right here is, you know, although it looks a little rough and barren a little bit, but it's not washed out, not like it could be.
Be 6 foot deep.
Yeah, back when we first cleared this land here, like I said, it'd wash out terrible, but I think we've kind of got it where we can manage it now. But we started picking probably in about 35 bushel beans, which is terrible, but probably terrible for a lot of people, but it won't too terrible for us, maybe not, because we end up getting into some 10 bushel beans. Now that was terrible, but the last few fields we've been into, they've been 60 and 70, and that's kind of what we were hoping to see, some good yields like that for us. So it's getting kind of late on in the day. It's probably I'm gonna guess somewhere around 3 o'clock, but Paul's been picking a little bit past dark for the last few days, trying to get these beans in. We got about another week's worth of picking if the weather holds out, and we're hoping it does, thinking it will. So just wanted to show you a little bit of this bean picking, and I got some good drone shots I think you're going to see or have already seen in this video. So, and they really can show you a little bit more what's going on from a little further vantage point. All right, so we're going to pick this field, but I think we've shown you all we're going to show you here on this video. So like always, appreciate you guys watching. Need you to like and subscribe, and so we can grow our channel. So until the next video, appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you up next time. See you.